this is Manga etc. and I'm here today to bring the review for One Piece Manga chapter 988. And now, two things right off the bat. This chapter did not focus on what I thought it was going to focus on. And the second thing I want to mention right off the bat is that it was too short, it was too quick. Once I really started to get into this chapter, I was like, next chapter is on so and so day. I was like, wait, huh? It just started. What do you mean we're done? Like, what's going on? So, yeah, the chapter felt really quick. And like I said previously, the chapter did not focus on what I thought it was going to focus on. I thought that this chapter, for the most part, minimum, was going to focus on the Sulong transformations versus Kaido. I was expecting to go into this chapter seeing Kaido work some samurai and some Sulongs, but this is not what we get. We do start off with them, but it's not what we get. So we quickly find out that Kaido is not up there by himself. He has Jack by his side, so he's got some backup. So he might not do all the fighting here, but hopefully he does do a little something. But yeah, he's got Jack there with him, so I'm guessing they're gonna have to go through Jack to get to Kaido. And what it seems like it's going to be Neko and Dogstorm's boys take out Jack, and then they will be able to beeline to Kaido, which would then result in them losing, and then things move on from there. So yeah, that's what I'm predicting on that front. But as we get in this chapter, we see some people Sulong out. Kaido is fully aware of the Sulong form, and yeah, so some people Sulong out, and they're probably gonna go towards Kaido, but Jack will probably intervene. And the reason why this is going to be the case is that the boys are saying, you guys need to reserve your strength. Let us fight first. And now, a big thing of my review last week was talking about what the Sulong forms are going to look like. And I pretty much said, I don't think they're going to be impressive except for Dogstorms and Nekos. And even Dogstorms, although you think it's going to be too impressive. But, I reckon Oda will put the most work, the most details into these two forms. And from what we see within this chapter, we don't see a lot, granted. We only really just see faces. I think I'm right. I think I'm right. Even from the faces of the Sulong forms we do see within this chapter, they weren't that impressive. So I think I'm right on that front. So moving on within the chapter, Sanji frees Momosuke. I was gonna say with the help of Shinobi, but did she really even do anything really and truly? She was there to catch Momosuke after, so Sanji can concentrate on what seems like it's gonna be his fight. King versus Sanji. Now, ooh, this is giving me mixed feelings because, in all honesty, I do. If they are going to fight full out, fleshed out fight, I do see it being a good fight. But you have to ask yourself the question, is Sanji ready for a first commander? A first commander? Is Sanji really ready for that? Now, granted, in my opinion, from the time slip has begun, we have not seen Sanji go full out. We have not seen Zoro go full out. But is Sanji ready for first commander? And I've been thinking to myself as I was reading the chapter, as I'm recording this now, I'm thinking to myself, if Sanji is able to be a first commander, it would have to be a high difficulty fight for me to see as realistic. No, I say realistic because at the end of the day, anime is not realistic. But for me to be convinced that the win is earned, it has to be a high difficulty fight. And now, if Sanji does win this fight, that is a big, massive W in bold and italics for all the for Sanji, because all the Sanji fanboys were going mad like that, going mad if that was to happen. But honestly, for me, I do reckon it'll be a good fight. if it does happen. But if Sanji is going to win said fight, it would have to be a high difficulty fight for Sanji. And that would probably, because even with Luffy has been a first week commander, last arc, and he has gotten stronger since that time. Don't get me wrong, but at the time he struggled. I don't even think he deserved that win, but he struggled to get that win. So if Sanji can beat King in a high difficulty fight, and now Luffy can beat first commanders in mid difficulty to no difficulty, then fair enough, Sanji deserves that win. So with Kaido preoccupied with samurais and Su Longs, Sanji working on King, we see that, I was gonna say Nami, we see that Big Mom is on to Luffy right now. So, I don't know, there's too much going on already. Isn't it too early for Luffy to be taken out a Yonko? Because there's so much, like, usually you save the big and bad to the very end, right? So there's so much people before Big Mom that should be taken out, but it looks like, like they're there, they're together. Like Big Mom wants to scrap, and Luffy can't really do much. He wants to join the Kaido fight, but he can't really do that right now. So what's gonna happen there? Kind of like, and now just the last thing that I want to mention. Actually, that's a lie. That's not the last thing I want to mention. The whole thing with, is it Zetsu? No, it's not Zetsu. The Cloud. Big Mom's Nimbus. I am not a fan of Nami having this cloud, but it seems more and more so likely that they are teasing, that Oda is teasing, that when Big Mom is all said and done, even though the cloud is saying it can't obey Big Mom, it can't disobey Big Mom, that this cloud is going to end up with Nami. And now I'm not a fan of that. I'm honestly not a fan of that at all. The last thing I do want to mention is a bit of confusion on my part, and I'll explain to you, sir. So, Big Mom is attacking. She's about to attack. In hops in Frankie and Brooke. And now Brooke cuts the cloud, fair enough. His whole soul power is there on play, going into play. We saw it in Cold Cake Islands, fair enough, we'll see it again. My problem is that Big Mom has had a hard time being hurt. In fact, we haven't seen her be hurt yet unless she's in a weakened state. But it seems like when Frankie ran over her, she was hurt, and I was a bit like, that should not have happened. That should not have happened at all. So unless you got another explanation for that, that's something that shouldn't have happened. But yeah, if you have another explanation for that, let me know in the comment section. But yeah, that's everything I want to say about this chapter. I want to emphasize one more time that this chapter was too short. Once it got going, it just ended. So let me know your thoughts and opinions. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. Oh, sorry, rating first before I go. We'll give it a 4 this week. I'm feeling generous. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please go to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.